Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to Mr. Show Out TV Live. This is my YouTube channel where we talk about addiction and recovery. And I also have guests on here that share their stories, where they came from, and what they're doing to stay sober in 2022 and better themselves. I'm your host, Mr. Show Out TV, and I got a very special guest today, y'all. He goes by the name of Richie Valor. He a musician, an instrumentalist. He got songs on Spotify right now, y'all. On Spotify, Richie Valor. Go look him up on Spotify. Let's run them streams up for him. But today, like always, y'all, I wanna emphasis the thing of staying sober. This is what my channel is, everyone. This is what I stand for. Mr. Show Out TV is my platform for all y'all to come on and let's share our stories. And as I always tell y'all, my journey through recovery. And y'all been up to date on what I've been going through. I just finished my first semester in college. I'm almost a year with my sobriety, staying clean. And so this YouTube channel is for everyone to come share their stories so we can inspire others. That's what we're doing on my channel, everyone. So today I got a very special guest. Like I say, he out of Pennsylvania, a very good musician, y'all. Really go check my boy out, man. I think after this show, we're going to continue to be friends. We're going to continue to link up. Because, like I say, I'm down here in Arkansas, Richie. I'm an Arkansas boy.
Oh, wow.
So, right. So we're going to stay tuned in. We're going to stay locked in. And so I'm going to introduce y'all. This is Richie Valor. And so, Rich, you had told me that, you had been in you had problems with addiction. And it kind of ruined your life and everything like that. So kind of give the viewers, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I came from nothing. First, my life goes in segments for real. Like the first little bit of my life, my mom, she didn't really care about me much. But then all of a sudden she married some Christian dude and we all became like missionaries. And then all of a sudden this dude died. And then my mom, for real, like it's crazy. She married a crackhead. And we used to get our ass kicked all the time. I would wake up 3 o'clock in the morning, see my mom bleeding and stuff. It's actually in one of my songs. So I didn't really have the parenting because like, my mom was always trying to make sure she was all right, and as opposed to her kids. So I was always getting kicked out. So I went into like the gang shit and selling drugs, and then got into drugs and revolved my life around it, and it overtook my life. So I was 22, doing a whole bunch of acid, meth, boot ups, meaning like ecstasy and like Molly and all types of stuff. Just being a rapper, I went by Wild Child for a reason. And
everybody has, we go through that,
yeah. And for the longest time, I was just doing drugs and not caring because my brain didn't work like it does now. I didn't have a care. Like I had a turn off button, from my past growing up. So from 22 to like 26, I was on hardcore meth and just doing everything wrong. And then I went to prison and I saw some of the craziest shit. And it finally woke my mind up because like throughout my life, I was going to jail all the time, but it was more like a reunion for me because I was seeing all my friends and going there so-and-so was doing this and that and just kicking it.
It wasn't hitting you then.
Right. So then I'm 26 years old looking at this 50-year-old like, dang, you acting like you're like 20. And they like, man, he's been in here for 30 years. He don't know no better. And I'm like, damn, I could end up like that. And then some other fool, he was about to parole out and he had nobody. And he was still acting like a child. And then it hit me. I'm like, man, I ain't got nobody. I was like, I ain't got no family. I got one little side of my family with my aunt. And that's a shout out. That's my godmom. That's my rock for real. And she told me, she's like, are you ready to change? Are you ready to really do this for yourself? And I was just like, man, I've been ready. I don't want to do drugs anymore. I just want to go on the straight and narrow now because I realized that I had to go out to a sober living house. I couldn't even go out to a home plan. You feel me? So I tightened up I started really doing the programs, and they were working. At first, I was like, man, these programs are bullshit. Like, I ain't even trying to do them for real.
Right.
And then out of nowhere, I was about to fight some bull on the block, and I used something in the program. I turned it around. Like, I was like, really like, yo, for real, you got that. Like, I ain't got to win this. Like, like, you got that, whatever. And it turned out like nothing came of it. And I was like, well, damn, that shit actually worked from the program. So I just started working the program, and then I got out. And then I got out when I was 29, and I'm 32 now. So, and I'm
Right.
still sober. It's been almost 6 years, but I got out when I was 29, and life was crazy. Going on the straight and narrow, I couldn't sell drugs no more. I didn't do drugs anymore. I didn't know what to do. I was walking to work, 3 miles to work and coming back, and it wasn't cool. And I wanted to bounce back to like selling drugs and stuff because I wanted that quick money. You feel me? So like I could do what I wanted, but I kept strong. I was like, you know, my life is different. So I look at it like this for real. This is what I tell people. I'm like, life, I call God, how everyone calls it, the universe. You feel me? I look at the
Right.
Bible in a whole nother type of way, and I look at everything else in a different type of way. I look at it as the universe. And the universe to me is a filing cabinet. And I tell everybody, when you first started doing drugs, started getting in trouble, you didn't really get in that much trouble because you didn't fill up your register or you didn't fill up your cabinet yet, right? So as you were putting in that shit, after a while, you started getting in trouble because you filled up your filing cabinet. And pulling files is negative. You don't get no positive. So now these
Right.
people that are trying to change and get off drugs, they think automatically now that they're doing fine that life's going to be great, but it's not. It's the same thing as when you was doing bad. You didn't get no trouble. So when you're about to do positive, you got to take all that negative out. You got to come square with the universe because the universe don't
Right.
forget. They said in the Bible, they said God knows all and he's always there. It's the universe, bro. And it's always going to know what you did. You can't get past the universe. So when you start
Right.
putting in that positivity, you're really going to start seeing it back if you prolong that positivity. So I just kept putting in positive. And I'll tell you right now, I drive a Beamer. I got a beautiful girl. I got a nice, beautiful house, 2 dogs. I'm a musician. People love what I'm doing. I help people. And you know what? It has not been a negative thing that's happened in my life for a while. When I first got out, it was horrible. Like, just one after the other. Everything kept hitting me. And I was like, you know what? This is a test. And I'm going to pass the test. And then boom,
Right.
just life started hitting. And this is what I try to tell these addicts. Like, I'm like, bro, I was you, bro. Like, I was sitting right there, scabbed out, picking my face, everything. And then when I just started putting positive in it and just stopped doing drugs, man, my whole life changed. I started looking better. My music started getting better. So for these addicts, if anyone's watching right now and you got a problem with drugs and you really trying to get off these drugs, man, you got to put positive in. And it's not going to happen right away. You're going to go through tremendous ups and downs. I still, to this day, every day want to do a line of meth. Like, it is what it
Right.
is. You know
Right.
what I mean?
'Cause, you know,
Every day I still
yeah.
want to drink a beer. And then I drink non-alcoholic beer now, real rap. I literally
Right.
got a health food place, and next to it is called Ray's. And they got this beer that tastes, well, non-alcoholic beer that tastes just like an IPA. I go there and I drink my beer. I'm a roofer at the end of the day with my work that I do. All the
Right.
guys drink, and they always ask me, yo, you want to come hang out? No.
Yeah.
Why I got to do that? I got a studio at home. I'm going to go make some beautiful music.
Right.
And
The
another,
people,
another
places, and things.
Yeah,
People,
and
places,
another-
and things.
yeah, people, yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell it like this: like, if you don't revolve yourself around people that are positive, you ain't gonna get positive. You're gonna fall
Yes.
right back into that. So you just gotta keep pushing, and when you keep pushing, it's definitely worth it. Like, I would never go back to that life. It gives me a headache. I'm always constantly worried how I'm gonna get the next fucking drug. Or if I don't have that drug, I'm like, you know.
Right. Right. I honestly understand everything you're saying, man. Coming from where I came from, also, man. It's like when you saying you got to put in the work. In sobriety and recovery, man, it just don't fall out the sky. To all my viewers, to all my viewers that are watching right now, you have to put in the work. You cannot sit around thinking you go get sober just by just not doing anything. You have to put in the work, be sober. You gotta have goals set up in mind. And if not that, the best thing you can also do if you are into some kind of church, whatever God that you look to, you just gotta have some kind of faith base. Cause I love that, brother. I love that family background. Hey, salute. You got a great man right here. And
Yes,
this is
I
the
do.
channel.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. And he blessing me with his story, blessing my viewers with his story, because I'm from Arkansas. And so I'm trying to just spread my word. I just started this YouTube channel last year, probably in November. So this YouTube channel is steady growing. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. So I got a fan base that is growing positive. But I love to try to spread.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I love trying to just spread the message of sobriety, because
I do too.
I still go to my sponsors. I still go to my meetings. So it's not like I'm actually trying to preach, because I'm not a preacher. I don't know all of this stuff. But what I love to do is get my the people that I talk to and other guests on the show, so we can just relate stories for the viewers that are watching. They can, maybe we can inspire one person, Richard. One person today. We probably can get one person that be like, you know what?
So many times. That's all I do. I think music. That's like that message that I just said about my filing cabinet. That's literally my message I push every day. I hope to be able to find someone and just be like, yo, why are you doing this? So like my mission in my life is to get all my old friends to get sober, and one of them is he's an artist. He goes by Kid Styles. I liked him even when he was in his addiction. Well, I mean, you're always going to be an addict. You're always going to have that. You're always going to be in recovery, no matter what, to the day you die. Once an addict, always an addict. We're always going to have that. You know what I mean?
I got a question. I got a question for you.
What up?
A lot of people do say that when you're in recovery that you're always an addict. I mean, what's your view on it?
Bro, I wake up wanting to do a line of meth. I wake up wanting to do that shit. It's in my mind.
Right.
A lot of people, that's part of the steps. You got to accept that. You got to realize that, like, at the end of the day, we ain't cut from the same cloth as other people, because not everybody's going to look at a beer. Some people can drink one beer and be cool. Me, I can't do that. I have to get one.
That's how I was. I have to go through a 30 pack. I got to have the half a gallon of this. And,
yeah. Absolutely. I drink black coffee now.
So that'll transpire to me calling up the plug. Now I need a little bit of this. Now I need a little bit of that. And so now I'm up for about a day or two. I'm skipping work, not going to work, getting on my wife's nerves. all that. And then you wake up, when you come to your senses, you wake up around about 3 days later, and you look at yourself like you done ran through all your money. And you don't see nothing positive you done actually done with yourself besides piss everybody off that you probably done been around. Yeah. So now you're trying to make ends with the people you done made mad, and it's like a revolving door. But when
the thing about it is like, see, when I went to prison, not everyone can say they're glad that they went to prison. I'm
Sometimes
glad
it's an eye opener. Sometimes it'll wake you up. It'll wake you up, man.
It was my people, places, and things. I wouldn't have stopped doing that. I wouldn't have never stopped. I liked it too much. It kept me up. I thought that I was right and good. I thought that I was getting things done, but it was a million things that weren't getting done,
Right.
And when I went there, I did a lot of reading, and what I read was when you do methamphetamines, come over here. When you do methamphetamines, it takes 2 years for your brain to come back to who you are. And the most beautiful thing in the world was that I was isolated and I got to watch my transformation. I got to see my brain wake up and say, these are bad things. Why were you doing that? It still befuddles me today, brother. The decisions that I make today, I would have never made years ago. Like my fiance, she has talked with my father, and he's like, you would have never wanted to be around him. Like he was telling her stories, and she's like, Richie, I'm like, yeah, I did that. Like, bro, I was gang banging. I was all of it, bro. Like, I was
The
not
whole
this
nine.
dude.
Yeah, the
Bro,
whole
I was
nine,
really
huh?
about that life, bro. I was really about that life. And it was all drug derived. Bro, I would punch bouncers in their face. Like bouncers would be trying to come up to me, I'm punching them in their face, like all methed out. Like, what are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do shit. I run this town, like fuck you. And now
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, I want to just call them and be like, bro, I'm sorry. Like that was not me. That was the drugs. And so when I got out, another thing is you have everyone that I've come across, like they get upset and they start to get depressed because no one wants to be around them, like their family and stuff. The thing is, we know when we want to change. They don't. They hear it all the time. So another thing I want to be able to tell everybody is that when you're about to change, you really got to show your ass. Like you got to prove yourself, and it's gonna take a long time. Bro, it took me over 2 years, 3 years to even see my father's house because he had moved and he wouldn't give me his address. And that hurt
Right.
inside. And that just kept me wanting to push. And still to this day, my mother and I are not cool at all. She's just, it's just not there.
Right.
And still to this day, she still tells people I'm doing drugs and I'm no good and just like does me dirty. And you know what? I could give a fuck less because I know how good I'm doing right now. And this is
Yeah.
what I want to tell you addicts that want to change. And if you feel as if that you're depressed because you don't got somebody in your life that you used to have because of your drugs, it'll change. And also, I'm here for anybody. My Facebook, I go by Richie Valor. On my Instagram, I go by Richie Valor. My TikTok,
Mhm.
everything is Richie Valor. Only because before I was Wild Child, I wanted to change my name and it took me strength and courage. So the Valor, Richie is my real name, but the Valor
Right.
part, that was my strength and courage to be able to become who I am today. And I want you
Okay.
guys to hit me up on Facebook if you're having a bad off day. Some people
Right.
say I spread myself too thin. Maybe I do, but I want to be able to change at least one person's life. So if y'all are watching this and you need some help to be able to like maybe get your mind right or something, if you live close to me in Ohio, I'll go out, I'll have some coffee with you. We can talk it out. We can type it out. We can video chat it out. I'm here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah, I am busy. If I don't pick up right away, I promise I will. And I want to be able to help all of you because I am almost 6 years sober. And November 25th, actually, it'll be 6 years sober. And I've never felt any fucking better, bro.
Yes, man. Well, you giving me chills right now because, like I said, this is why I love to have guests on my show that's going through the same things that got their head on the straight and narrow. Because a lot of times when people are in addiction, they don't hear anything positive. Like you said, only thing they go hear is something negative. And what you do when we hear something negative or we get some bad feedback, first thing we want to go do is call the plug up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is like you said, that's our outlet. But when they start to see that, man, I just watched Mr. Show Out, but my real name is Terrence. But I've been everybody since I was a little knee high, they've been calling me Boosie. So I didn't want to put my name as Boosie on the web. Everybody think I'm the rapper,
No,
but we
Boosie.
almost Boosie. That's what they call me around. They call me Boosie everywhere around in Arkansas. So I didn't want to go with that name because I didn't want to get little Boosie on. Yeah, the rapper little Boosie on my ass talking about I stole his name and shit. So you know, so I just but see, I used to have a group back in my heyday also. I'm 38 myself. And me and my group, we had a group, we used to go around to the cities in Arkansas and do shows. We actually performed in Atlanta at the mall. We used to do a lot of things until we all graduated high school. You know, everybody split ways. You know, everybody became grown then. But what you are doing right now, man, with your music, with your positive message, 6 years sober, bro, that's a stretch. Man, and I salute you. I salute you hands down, brother. I salute you hands down. I mean, because it takes courage. It takes motivation. It takes a good woman. It takes a good woman or a good background, a good group, a core group of people that keep a person, you know, on the straight and narrow. Because, you know, when we get down and out sometimes, like right now, like you said, your guitar and your music, your outlet. My thing is, you know what? When I'm getting too bored, let me go upload a video. Let me go do this. Let me network these videos. Let me find who gonna be my next guest. So so we can spread this message. And last week I had a guest from my hometown, and oh man, she came with it. She came with it. She's like a pastor down there and where I'm from. And she brought some energy to the show. But like I said, man, 6 years strong, Richie. What I see from you right now, I see greatness, brother. And like last night, I was sharing my wife. I was on because I got a account with Spotify. When I be at work, I'm always on Spotify. So I don't like it. I'm listening to the song. I'm like, baby, I'm gonna ask him, can I use his stuff on my YouTube so I won't get no copy? Yeah, I can use his music without a copyright strike, and all that stuff like that. I said, cause this music right here, I think this boy might do something. I mean, you really got some substance, your flows, the way you break down them bars. I see that you got harmonizing in the background. See, I'm a real study of music, brother. Music and sports, my thing. I was listening. I'm like, I probably need to jump on a couple of tracks with him before we blow up. before we start trying to charge too much. I said, but you gotta,
well, the one track you listen to, Cinderella. I'm shouting out. We have become very, very close. It was crazy.
Right.
I'll tell you the story of Cinderella. So I was on Facebook and this kid from Nigeria hit me up. And I thought he was a scammer because we already know how all the scammers are in Nigeria.
Right.
And he's like, I want to do a feature with you. And I'm like, yeah, right. So I'm like, $100. You got to pay me for this. And he's like, why do I got to pay you? I'm in a label. And I'm like, I shot him to the side. His name's Simon Colors. Bro, by far one of the greatest I've come across for a feature. And my boy Tron. Those two are neck and neck. But anyhow, he sends me Cinderella. So I'm like, he's like, can you please just listen to this? I'm like, yeah, bro, I'll listen to it. I listened to it and I let her listen to it. And we were like, whoa. I was like, yeah, I'm going to write this. So my feature on there, I did for free for him because he amazed me. He like blew my mind. I was like, holy shit. Like, yes, I'll do this. And since then, we've been promoting it. We just dropped it. I think it has like 2,300 views, probably more than that now. We just dropped it. We've been promoting it for the last couple of months. We're actually trying to get Simon here from Africa. So what we're doing is he mixes and masters music over there. He told me that $3,000 is 1.5 million Nigeria. So he was breaking down how much money they make, and he told me that they make, like, if they're lucky, $50 a month. So I told him, I was like, look, bro, just mix music, which he's great at mixing music. And if you guys need your music mixed, hit me up. I'll send him your way. But anyhow, so we're trying to get him enough money to come over here and be part of the team and be able to get him in Nigeria or from Nigeria to here. And I think it's like $1,600, and I think he'll be able to do it. But anyhow, he's the first feature that I dropped since I've been out of prison. So definitely big shout outs to him. The next features that I'll be doing are with Tron, and I'm trying to get some other features done. But it keeps me when I find these artists, it really keeps me in sobriety as well too, because I'm like, I can't let these guys down. If I get all fucked up, pardon my French, but if I get all messed up, it's no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like, music is my motivation. It's my vice for real. I get down, like you can ask her. Like there's times I can't even write, and I'm like, oh, like I'm there, and I'm like, my sobriety really kicks in, and then I go into this depression, and then just something snaps me out of it, and it's like, all right, let's write about this. Like people don't like talking. Okay, so the song that I'm about to be dropping, it's called "Wasn't Raised Right." There's a lot of people that don't like to hear my past because I talk about it all the time, and some people just they feel how can I say it, kind of like offset about it. You know what I mean? They're not used to it. So I talk about it all the time, and some people don't like it. So me, I turned around and was like, I'm gonna write a song about this. I was in a writer's block. yeah, so then I wrote about it, and that was some of the snippet that I sent you.
Mhm.
So that like honestly, my past drug addiction and my whole life, like it's really helped me become the man I am today. And I can say that I'm not a kid anymore because I'm a grown ass fucking man and to make grown man decisions. Not every
Yeah.
grown man is a grown man though. And a lot of
Right.
these addicts out here running around thinking they're cool, thinking that they're selling drugs and doing dope and all this, that they're grown ass
Right.
dudes. No, you a little boy. Like you
Yeah.
can't even pay your bills. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
So the motivation of music really is from my past, and that's why I like talking about it. I love being able to be an example for these guys because everyone's like, oh man, he doesn't even know, like if he was addicted, like bro, I was addicted. Like I
Right.
was, dude.
You say this ain't your first rodeo. You don't get around the corner.
No. You know, so I'm really here for the people, man. Like I said,
One thing, and I ain't gonna mean to cut you off, but the one thing that I have noticed that, like you said, a lot of people don't want to hear it. That's because the people that you say that to, that you try to inspire, they don't really want to see the new you. They kind of intimidated because they know that, look, you spreading the word that I done been around this, I know this, and what I'm trying to share to you is a way that you can kind of get up out of the same situation and make some of yourself. See, a lot of people in addiction, the only thing they know is to stay in addiction. They don't know no other way. Right. They don't even want to hear about trying to get out of that addiction. Only thing they want to hear is about it. You trying to get them, hey, let me hold $20. That if you said that, they ain't ready for that. They ready for that.
There's another big shout out. You just reminded me. All right, so my girl Casey, right. I have been friends with her since high school. I don't know how mad she's about to be right now. She's watching or when she sees this, but like she hit me up one time trying to ask for some money. And I was like, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't send nobody money unless you in prison for real. And you do it right. And I was like, but I will tell you this. Whatever is going on in your life, you put yourself in it and you can get yourself out. About a couple months later, she hit me up and she was like, you know, it's crazy. I came to you asking for some money and you told me that. She goes, I want you to know I'm in a sober living house now. And I think that she's almost 9 months sober now. And that's my influence. And hopefully I can keep doing that with people. So hearing that, like, it's funny. You're like, let me hold $20. Bro, there's so many people in my DM trying to get money. Ask her. Like when someone does it, I'm like, look, check this out. Like another one.
Because that's what I mean, because we done both been in that situation where the only thing I used to try to ask my sister for some money. Mm-hmm. And I knew that if I go ask my sister for some money, I'm gonna have to listen to this 1 hour lecture. Yeah. Before she give me $5. Now I might ask for 20, but she know what I'm gonna get with it. And she might be like, I got 20, but I'm gonna give you 5 because I know what you're gonna go do with it. Right. But I have to sit there and listen to that hour lecture because that's them be the people that really just care for you. They really don't want to give you the money to go do what you got to do, but they love you that much to do it. But another thing, okay, I want to ask you another question though. In your community, where you at right now, what do you think some changes need to be for the young people coming up in the drill music, glorifying? Because they glorifying that. Because look, I still listen to all the. I love music, bro. So I know what's in. I know what's popping. I know what's trending.
I love Lil Durk and Lil Baby. And
all them, all them. Polo G. I love the new school rap. I love the new school rappers, man.
So do I.
I give them, but they like to glorify. I don't know if they dumb in the head, but who's gonna murder somebody allegedly? I gotta say allegedly on YouTube because I don't know. So allegedly, who goes and commit crimes and puts it on a track, bro? But I guess that's just how the new school people do it. But what
look at
advice?
Look at Young Thug. He just got indicted.
I got a video on my YouTube channel about that also. That just goes to show, man. In your community, what do you think, or what do you think like should happen, or with like the council or the people there that you can get with to try to help the young people? I mean,
Well-
sometimes the only thing they have is basketball, football, baseball. I mean,
Okay.
we need some kind of like trading and coding in schools because
Yeah.
or music. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
can have that as a background. What you
That's
think that should
actually-
happen? Yeah.
That's actually something that I've always thought about. So I engineer my own work. I have a studio. Yeah, we're actually talking about doing venues and stuff. So what we really want to do, I have a manager. He actually owns Top Notch. His name's Juan. He owns Top Notch clothing brand out here in Dayton, Ohio. It's at the Dayton Mall and also another mall. So what we were talking about is doing these functions for rappers out here to be able to push their music and to be able to have a stage for themselves. So what I was actually thinking about doing is holding a program, an after-school program for kids that are on the street,
Mhm.
the ones that are inspired by music to like come through, and like I'll record them for free as long as like they got good grades. If they got good grades and they aren't on drugs, like I want them to be here and get them off the streets, because you got these old heads out here that are really trying to recruit them and really trying to put them in that way, because this music nowadays, they talk about selling drugs, doing drugs, stuff like that. So them old heads will put money in someone's pocket. They'll be like, go sell these drugs and I'll give you this. So they see this glorified life. And me,
Right.
I want to be that person, like, let me see your grades. Hand me your grades, and I'm going to look at their grades, and then I'm going to put them in the booth and be like, now you can shine. So
Right. There you
I
go.
really want to be able to open a stage to the youth to be able to have pride in themselves, not pride from someone else.
Yeah.
What these kids got to realize is they have to love themselves, and they have to be able to want to push themselves before they can push anybody else. And what these old heads are doing is they're making them push them, like they're making them money, and they're brainwashing them with this music. They're like, well, Lil Boosie does this, well, Lil
Yeah,
Durk
so you-
does that, and he does
You
that.
want to change? You want a chain like this? You want a car
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be the person to pull up in a Beamer and be like, yo, I'm a badass dude. I'll still whoop someone's ass, and I'm still a thug at the end of the day, but I'm on the straight and narrow. I'm a straight edge, and you can come in my studio and create some real good music, and I could try to get you famous at the same time. So
Right.
I'm not cut from the same cloth as everybody. At the end of the day, I still got a real gangster swag about me.
Yeah, I noticed that. I like that.
Yeah. So
Real G's move in silence, brother.
That's
Real
what it
G's.
is.
I mean, real boss men move calculated. They move. Everything they do is calculated. They know when they doing it. See, a lot of these people, these so-called even Young Thug. Now, Young Thug, you making millions of dollars, but you moving out here stupid, bro.
Yeah.
They've been wiretapping you since allegedly. They've been wiretapping you since 2015 when Lil Wayne Tour Bus got shot up. They and with the stuff with I forgot the other guy name. It's just that when you in
Gunna?
some of the
It was Gunna.
yeah, Ghana and YFN Lucci, allegedly he tried to get somebody to shank up YFN Lucci, allegedly, while Lucci was locked up. But my thing is to say, man, when you making millions of dollars, you at a point where everybody wants to be. You able to buy your mama a house, your sister a house. You done made it out of the trenches.
Yeah.
But you still move, you moving stupidly, where your whole organization come crumbling down. Now everybody that you had that supporting you and everybody you had on your team, they got the head honcho. That's who they wanted. So now all of his members in YSL Slime, they finna rap to get a lesser deal.
Oh, brother, that's at the end of the day.
Yeah, they ain't no loyalty. Ain't no loyalty. So my thing is, my loyalty, my only thing you can be loyal to when you're in sobriety is yourself.
Yeah.
In sobriety, you have to be selfish in recovery. You can't do it for your mama. You can't do it for your sister, your kids, or nobody. You have to be so selfish that you got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I'm gonna do it for myself.
That's
Because
I think that's why
Mhm.
it happened to me. Why I changed and I've stayed on the straight and narrow because it's every day I didn't have anybody, bro. Like when I said I was with the Stinger bucket dropping candy into a fucking piece of plastic, putting Q-tips in that motherfucker to create lollipops and sell them for 50 cents.
Right.
I was literally doing it. I was selling lollipops on the block for 50 cents because I didn't have JPays. I mean, every once in a while, my pastor sent me money and would put some money on the phone, but I didn't have nobody. So every day I woke up and I looked in the mirror and was like, you're a fucking scumbag. I hate you. And every day I would tell myself I hated myself until the last year I'd be like, I fucking love you, bro, because you changed and you were ready for the world. Don't get it twisted. I was scared, bro. I was going to get out in the world. I didn't know what I was going to do for a job. I didn't know how I was going to have any money. I didn't know how I was going to eat. I didn't know who my friends were going to be. But what I did know is that I got myself. And for those 3 years that I was locked up straight, I watched myself grow. And when I got out, I said, why would I want to go back to the bullshit? Why would I want to go back to who I was when I worked so hard to be who I am today? And now 6 years later, it's like I'm still at it and I'm not going to change.
That's your message. Your message is so strong, brother. I mean, I congratulate you on all aspects, man. Your maturity, you well spoken. I can see that you are educated, and I see that you got your mind on together, brother. So that is really what I want you to try to just get out there. I mean, your music, like you said, a lot of people don't want to hear what you got to say personally up front to them. See, you can reach them with that music. You can reach a whole nother platform with the music.
That's what I like about it, because I got a new type style flow. And what I do is I just put positivity in there and mess with their minds, because they're like, wait a minute, this dude sound like Lil Baby, or like this dude sound like this dude, but he's talking about the real shit.
Yeah, because a lot of them, man, it's 80-90% of most rappers don't even live the lifestyle they talk about, brother.
Hell no.
Because it's a certain few. I mean, and then when they do get the money, they still be in the streets. Now, I can't knock them for that because you just don't know their story. Some people, that's all they know. They know dope. They good at selling the shit, and that's what they know. You give them $500,000, they finna go buy
$500,000.
200. They know that's what they know.
They go double.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, so I can't knock them for that. But it's like in these days and times, man, when you got that fentanyl running rapidly, you don't know if you're getting a straight pill these days. You don't know if anything is real these days.
Shit,
and
most of these fiends only want the fentanyl anymore.
That's all. I mean, crackheads don't want crack. You know what I'm saying? They want meth. Meth is the thing. Meth is the thing, man. I never tried anything like that, but I don't knock it. But they say
bro. That was my go-to, bro. Every day, every fucking day.
They said that's a high that they really like. And so, but with that fentanyl going out, like just recently, I had a homeboy die like last month. Sometimes, man, and
sorry about that.
We don't know if he don't know if he OD'd or not. But the thing is, I could have just been there with him if I had not changed my life. See, my kids look at me. My kids look at me totally different. Now my wife don't look at me side on no more. You know how you used to come in the house, my boy Richard. You know how you used to come in the house and folks be like,
yeah,
they hate to see us coming because they know we finna come with the shit. They know we finna come with some kind of negative energy. Everybody can be having fun until we get there, and we come in there slapping our speech. You know what I'm saying?
Right, all about them shits.
Yeah, we pissing everybody off. You know what I mean? It's not to glorify that, but them just the days we all have, man. And I know sometimes you walk around and probably go to the grocery store, and you probably see some of the same people you used to hang with and you try to talk to them, and you look at it like,
actually, believe it or not, I didn't want to go back. This is for real. I didn't want to go back to the same area that I was. So I moved an hour and 45 minutes away from my hometown when I got out of prison. And I made sure of it because I didn't want to go back. I actually tried to link up with somebody and they were like, yo, I got some good meth. And I was like, I don't do meth. And they're like, if you see this, you're going to want to do it. I was like, you got to go, bro. So I, for real, you know how like some people will be like, after a year or like 2, 3, they'd be like, I just want one drink. I'll be all right. And then it turns into some bullshit. Well, you can't, it's the same way with friends. Like it's going to happen. You're going to have a relapse if you go and hang out with those friends. Like if they're all about meth, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to fucking do meth. You know what I mean? So I had to stay away from those friends, those supposable friends, and had to make a whole new life. Like, bro, I literally created a whole new character. I became a whole different person. And and doing that, I just would never look back. I would never even want to go up to anybody in the old grocery stores. Even if I did see him, I wouldn't even be like, I'd be like, fuck you, dog, I gotta go. Because they gonna start talking about the times, then they gonna want to hang out, and then they gonna have the meth pipe out on the table, and I'm gonna be like tempted and like looking at it like, oh, let me be up for it, bro. You know?
Yeah. And then when you get home, your fiance go kick your ass. You know what I'm saying?
See, she didn't know this side of me. When she heard, for real, when she heard half the stories about what I've done, like holding guns and like doing the shit, she was like, yeah, no, I don't believe you. And then my dad was like, oh, no, this shit was real. Like he was a fucking retard thug. Like,
Yeah, I met you after.
she met me when I was Richie Ballard. She didn't meet Wild Child. Sometimes I'd be acting dumb and talking shit. She's like, all right, Wild Child. I'm like, yo, like, all right. But like she's one of the biggest rocks I got. She's the shoulder to cry on. Oh man, I tear up thinking about it. Like if I didn't have this girl in my life, like I don't know, maybe I would be a drinker or maybe I would do those things because like she tries to keep me healthy. She tries to like do the whole vitamins thing and gets me on my day when I'm down. She'll like come give me a hug. We have our fights. Everyone has our fights. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like without her, they say a good woman is the neck.
I can see you get emotional about that because man, really, your 6 years, brother. It's a blessing to have somebody in that corner. And see, you won't even. And the blessing is, brother, that you ain't even showing her that lifestyle, so she don't know that. And the best thing she can do is be there for you, because it every day ain't gonna be peaches and cream. He gonna have his ups, he gonna have his downs. But when you got a rock in your corner, brother, you keep that rock, brother. You keep that rock, because it's easily, us in a recovery, it's easily just slide, like you said. You have to get away from that person because he can pull that straight shoot out, and you can just be like, "Let me hit it one time," and then one time,
and then when you do it, you'd be like, "Fuck,
you fuck." You going home? You trying to hide it from your fiance?
Oh, there ain't no hiding that shit.
Ain't no hiding it.
You acting all funny like just acting extra like. Trying to be all quiet, and she's like, "Wait, you're not fucking quiet. Like, why are you not?" But if I was talking to people, like, you can't hide that shit. And you know what? And that goes back to the universe for real. Listen, guys, whoever's watching, this whole universe thing. I've said it one time. You cannot hide from the universe. You might think that you're hiding from your people. You might think that you're and you might be able to. You might be hiding the fact that you're on meth. You might be hiding the fact you're on dope. You might be hiding the fact that you drunk a little bit, but you ain't hiding from the universe. And then people are going to start noticing when you fucked up in the game. Your car gets wrecked. Your cards get declined. You fucking fighting with your girl. And they're
Yeah.
like, what's going on, bro? Like, and you're like, I don't know, man. I'm just depressed. Why are you depressed? Why? Because the universe is getting to you. Listen, when
Yep.
something goes wrong in my life, I always look up and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And I think back and I think. And another thing that I like to do, I like to help people. So Simon was one of those people. I like to help somebody without wanting anything in return and thinking about it. That's another fucking piece of gold I'm giving y'all guys. Real rap. Everything that we're talking about is right in front of your face, but y'all don't know it. So
Yes.
So I'll pull over on the side of the road if I see an old man that needs help with his tire. I'll do that, and I'll leave without telling him my name and without anything. I just helped her grandma try to do something. It was a $500 job. She tried to hand me $200. I was like, I told you $100. I don't want this $200, and I gave it back to her. Like, who gives $100 back to somebody? I do, because why? The universe is going to bless me. I don't even like talking about it because that messes up the universe. And so that's my filing cabinet. Like I said, I'm putting that positivity in my filing cabinet because later on, I'm going to get blessed because I didn't talk about it and I didn't try to flaunt it. I wasn't trying to floss. I wasn't none of that. No. See, what you guys have to realize is we're here to help people. We got chosen as our souls and put in this human body to want to help others. And until you realize that, you're going to be living selfish and only for yourself. You have to love yourself first. But once you finally figure out how to love yourself and to stay off drugs, because your body doesn't want drugs. Literally, the Bible tells you all these things. Some of y'all might think there's heaven and hell and platforms. And no, man, there's levels to that shit. The Bible tells you how to live your life and how to help others and then how to get blessed. And it's all in there. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is you must love yourself first and understand yourself to be able to understand the other human species. Because then why they say is to love yourself as do unto others as you would want to do unto yourself. That's why they say love yourself, because if you love yourself, you're going to love the next man. So that with these drugs, you're going to want to give drugs to the next man? No, you're going to want to help that next man. Why? Because that next man that you blessed, maybe he'll bless somebody else because you blessed him. So if the world would really come together like that, we wouldn't be worrying about war. We wouldn't be worrying about this drug deficit, babies dying, fucking all this bullshit. You feel me? And it all starts with staying sober.
Yes. Man, boy, you said a mouthful right there, Rich. Whoa. Woo, God damn, boy. You said a mouthful right there, but you absolutely make so much sense right there, man. We all got to stand for something or we'll fall for anything. You know what I mean?
You got to have a strong foundation so the water don't wash you out.
Yes, because you got a lot of people, man, that don't even have nothing to stand on. So only thing they want to do is bullshit. Take an old woman's purse. The only thing they have in their mind is negativity. And I love the way you say the money. And I love the way you
what they don't realize, this is a big thing with addicts. They don't realize that everyone got to start at the bottom. Everyone. Yeah. I don't give a fuck who you are. Bill Gates started with no name, bro. So what my message is like consistency. That's another thing. Consistency. Like with this music thing, bro, when I first got out of jail, I couldn't get one like on Facebook. Now you look at on that, you post my John, I got like 34 shares off of your post because people really like what I'm doing. They like the help that I give them. I've been growing this for the last 3 years. This shit just doesn't happen overnight. These motherfuckers are like, yo, that dude just blew up overnight. No, he did not get blow up overnight. You just weren't paying attention. You have to literally keep going and going and posting and going. So it's same thing with addiction. Every day you gotta stop. Every day you got to tell yourself no, all of that. I'm going to start reading my Bible again. Oh, yo, Simon's on the line. That's Simon, the one that's posting right now. That's who's on Cinderella. That's Simon.
What's up, Simon, man? This is Mr. Show Out TV out of Arkansas, brother. Thank you for viewing this right now. Hey, Richie over here dropping these jewels, man. And a lot of people need to listen to this. He's dropping these jewels over here.
And we can do this all the time. Anytime you want me on the show, bro, we could just have a talk about subjects on the talk about.
I might have to ask you I might have to make you like my little co-host or something. But we're gonna talk behind the scenes on that. Absolutely. Whenever I go live, you can be my co-host or something like that. So
absolutely,
yeah, we can talk behind the scenes. But I love the way you emphasize the universe. It's like the law of attraction. What you put out in this universe, you gonna get back. If you put that in this universe, negativity, if you see how a lot of these rappers, or just not the rappers, the world in general, what you put out, you get in. What the government is putting out in the universe, we are getting back. What if you glorify murder, drugs in your songs and your lyrics of these rappers, what happened to them? Ain't none of them living to see 31. They all dying at a young age.
Look at the 27-year-old club.
Yeah, you hear me? I heard about that. Yeah. So they don't really have longevity. It's like the law of attraction is so real. If you put out positive affirmations out in this world, like, okay, when I got out of rehab, Richie, I was studying. I had a homeboy that was in a facility with me named Buddha. He's a white boy, but he was so smart like a Buddha. He studied the book of Buddha, and he was just smart, man. And he was schooling me on the law of attraction. He was like, Boosie, man, what you put out in this universe, it comes back. And right. So we was reading books on that and studying that. And I got a piece of paper and I tore it up. I said, I want my family to be happy. I want to make $100,000 being a drug and alcohol counselor. And I want my vision to be able to see better. And I still got that in my wallet today. I walk around with it and I talk that into existence. Because sometimes you can talk things into existence. You know what I mean? You can speak up on certain things and that shit can happen. And
you know what I want to do?
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I was homeless at 16. I didn't have nothing. Living in the woods, and a bum took me in. So I would always walk the roads and always look at the cars passing by, and I'd always hope someone would pick me up, either hook me up with some money or a good job, and it never happened.
Right.
So in order to get famous, well, if I get famous or, live all right off music, I want to be that person. So I think about it all the time. I want to drive down the road and look for me. When I was a kid, you'd be like, get in. Ride up the road and hand my envelope wherever he goes and be like, I hope you do the right thing and take off. That's my goal.
You got the what you're doing right now, man. You are really an inspiration to me.
Because I appreciate that. You got inspiration to me. You got this whole show going on. It's awesome.
I mean, this is what I do. This is Mr. Show Out TV. This is based on recovery talk, recovery issue. This is what I love. I mean, this is an outlet. Instead of me having to be out there with a bottle, drinking, I can be on here maybe sharing, dropping these jewels. I consider you now my friend because I'm gonna try to do some more work with you for sure. And one step at a time, brother. That's all we can. And
one day at a time.
In 2 more months, I'll be a 4 year. And like I said, I started school also. I'm right back in college. I made a 3.2 for a drug and alcohol counselor. So that's now you see. So everything is working and playing. My first semester, I'm waiting on August for my second semester. I'm so motivated. I got back into school. But let me tell you one thing, though, brother. That college algebra, whoo, Lord.
I'm wanting to go to college. I want to go to Full Sail University for engineering music. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to do roofing all my life. I want to sit in a studio and engineer people's music. So I want to get a degree on it. I'm already all right at engineering music. I just want to be better. And I want to be accepted into like A-list studios. And that's what I want to go to college for real. And now being sober, everything revolves around being sober, to be real. Now that I'm sober, I got my priorities right. I got my goals ready. I can hold on to money now. So it's everything revolves around being sober. If you weren't sober, why would you want to be a counselor? You know what I mean?
Right. I wouldn't even be thinking about that, brother. To be honest with you.
Thinking about what you're going to be drinking next. What's the next drink?
Exactly. God give his toughest battles to his truest soldiers, man. Yeah. And what I was talking to my last week episode, and she was saying Mr. Show, whether you believe it or not, what you're doing is you spreading the word.
You are.
It's actual a ministry what you're doing. And I was like, I just do it for the message. She said, "No, brother,
it's a pulpit.
Yes,
This is a pulpit. This is your stage."
That's what she said. She said, actually, what you're doing is a ministry. You just don't know it. Because there's a lot of people out there that do not have an outlet where they could come from. It's 1 million people on YouTube making so much money, bro. I don't really see any kind of recovery-based YouTube channel that we can go to. And my thing is not to get no kind of clout, the popularity will come when it comes. But that ain't what I aim for. What I really aim for, brother, is just to talk. Maybe on the back end, something that happened with this channel, it may go somewhere, it may not. But at the same time, I know one thing, we're going to continue to get this message out every time I go live, brother.
It's not with you're right. With recovery and trying to get people recovered, it's not about famous. It's about touching one's soul. Mm-hmm. And the more souls that I can grab and the more souls that I can bleach, let's talk a metaphor, the more souls that I can bleach, the cleaner the world can get. Let's put it like that.
I feel you. Also, why you on here, you got the guitar with you? Go and bless us with something.
With what? What you want to hear? Something on the guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I'll play some Skinner.
All right, let's go.
Mama told me when I was young, oh, sit beside me, my only son. Listen closely, what I say. Well, if you do this, it'll help you some sunny day.
I didn't know you was that good at playing the guitar like that, man. Hey, when did you learn that? That's something that you always knew, or when did you jump in?
I actually learned how to play guitar during COVID.
Yeah, everybody had a lot of time in the house then.
Yeah, like I like playing like this. A little bit of steroid evidence.
Hey man, you do your thing. But also, I love to try to do this live stream for an hour, and we almost up to that hour.
Yep.
But y'all, this is Richie Valor.
Yo, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Richie Valor, Valor. And don't be scared to say hello. I want to be able to help you out. If you're trying to get off drugs, if this moved you in any type of way to want to get off, and you have no idea how to do it, man, hit me up. I promise I'm not a bougie asshole. If you're an asshole to me, I'm going to be a dickhead. But hit me up, man. hit me up, and I'm gonna chop it up with you.
And there we have it, everybody. This is Mr. Show Out TV, where we talk about addiction and recovery. Woo! My boy Richie brung it today, y'all. He brung it. He straight up brung the jewels. He was dropping jewels left and right, everybody. But like we said, like we both said, if you are in an addiction right now, y'all, please keep your head up. If you relapse today, last night, tomorrow is a brighter day. Do not beat yourself up. Pick yourself up. You can also go on my channel and purchase some merch. Go and get your Mr. Show Out t-shirts. It will be in the description box. Let's continue to add. Also, click the notification bell so
hit
you can
that subscribe button.
Subscribe also. Like
Hit it right now. If you want it right now and you ain't subscribed, do it right now, or I won't be your friend.
I love that plug. Thanks for plugging me in, brother. But like I said, y'all, we about to get up out of here. But I want to give a big old salute to Richie Valor, man, for coming, blessing me with the show today, dropping jewels. Everybody, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and thank you all for the comments that came in today. This was a very positive show, and I hope all y'all enjoyed it. Till next time, this is Mr. Show Out. Richie Valor, thanks you, brother.
No doubt, bro. Thank you.
Thanks you, brother. I'll be contacting you real soon, bro.
Definitely. Hit me up.
I got you.
Later.
Yes, sir. Woo! There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another positive show. Richie Valor came with it. He came with some positive affirmations, law of attraction, talking about the universe. What you put in is what you go get out. That's pretty much the deal is with this world today. So y'all, we all have a choice. Either you're going to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. So let's just make today a positive day. Let's stand for something instead of falling for anything. This is Mr. Show Out TV. We talk about addiction and recovery related issues. If you would love to join the broadcast, if you would love to join the panel and join the show as a guest speaker, contact me on Facebook at Recovery Talk, TLK, at Recovery Talk on Facebook. Or you can just email me at mrshowouttv@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can also get your merch. Hit me up and order some merch. When you're wearing this shirt, you represent sobriety. When you're wearing this shirt, you represent recovery. When you wear this shirt, you represent that you making a stand to stay clean. Hey, today was a very, very good show. And I would love y'all to come back and join me. This every week, hopefully every Tuesday. I'm going to try to do this live stream so we can reach people, man. That's what we're doing. This Mr. Show Out. I hope y'all love the show. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. My call of action. Hit the notification bell right now. I know you're looking at your phone. Hit the subscribe button. If you can't, just hit the notification bell and leave us a like and a comment. Till next time, this is Mr. Show Out. Yeah.